comparing across text. So taking text, separate text, and making comparisons between them. So if we compare and contrast information, right? Any volunteers that would like to read this little sentence here? Go ahead, Hunter.
When we are presented with two passages, they may be similar or different. It is important to recognize these similarities and differences.
Gave you a little bit of a tongue twister there, didn't I? Yes. When we are presented with two passages, and those passages can be anything. Maybe you've read 2 chapters. Maybe you have read 2 poems. Maybe you have read 2 essays. Maybe you read 2 different comic books. Okay? It could be that. Maybe they are similar or different, and we need to recognize those. And we'll take that down to kind of a basic level just to look at that skill for today. But I want you to think about how this will change over the next few years, because the content of what you are going to read, the content of what you'll be asked to look at and analyze and think over will increase in its difficulty. And at some point, it may be that you're looking at perhaps 2 research articles, and you're going to have to look at that information that's presented in each of them and be able to determine what about them is the same, what about them is different, and then from that point, analyze those similarities and differences. All right, let's take a look at this. When we compare information, right, take it down to that basic level. When we compare, what are we asked to do? I have on a shirt and you have on a shirt. What about them is the same? What about them can we compare? What are we doing when we ask that question, Rebecca? Or not? What are we doing when I ask, what's the same about the shirt I have on that's the same about the shirt you have on, Hunter?
Well, they both have, they either have both the same logo, color. What shirt do you have, though?
I am wearing a sweatshirt right now.
Okay, I'm wearing a logo shirt, so those are really different.
Okay, so if we said we want to find similarities in the shirts that we're wearing, we are looking for how they are what? Go ahead and read that for me. Yep, go ahead and read that, Hunter.
When we compare two types of information, we are looking for similarities between them. In other words, we want to see how the two are alike. For example, Batman and Spider-Man are similar in the respect that they are comic book superheroes.
All right, so if we were saying, hey, we're both wearing these 2 shirts, how are they alike? Maybe they're both sweatshirts. Maybe neither one of them have buttons, or maybe neither one of them have a collar, or maybe they both have writing on them, or they both share a similar color, okay? Or they're both categorized as maybe a sports type shirt because they have either a sports logo where they would be used to exercise in or something. You would not categorize them as dress-up clothes, okay? So you can find many different ways in which they were alike, okay? And that's what you're doing when you compare. You're finding ways in which things are similar or alike. And if we use an example here,